Bilt now has 7 million members who are turning their biggest monthly expense, their rent or mortgage payments, into points, while also company offers rewards on eligible everyday purchases at neighborhood partners, including names like Walgreens. Joining us now to talk about this and to talk about how families can make their money work harder and their points work harder is Bilt founder and CEO Ankur Jain. Ankur, right off the bat, are you surprised to see that people are turning and using their rewards for everyday purchases versus just, hotels and travel?
It's funny. Beginning of this year, we saw a huge spike in travel bookings for the summer. But middle of summer, for the first time, we saw this huge shift to what we internally are calling micro redemptions. So people used to save up their points and you'd say, I'm going to save them up to book a trip to Europe or book a trip to see grandma in Miami. Now we're seeing that people are using their points for $5, $10 off their local bar, their car service. I mean, every month we're seeing hundreds of millions of points redeemed on just Lyft rides alone, right? It's that little savings that people are getting every day that we're hearing more and more people want. So it's been a fascinating trend. And look, it's not easy out there. You just covered this, but with costs rising for everyday expenses, every dollar counts. And with points, you have that, feeling of free money, right? And if you can take $10, $20, $30 off a round of drinks at a bar, or, we just launched a partnership with Bed Bath & Beyond. You talk about back to school.
Dorms.
Use those
Dorm
points
rooms.
towards your school supplies or stocking. Or, even by the way, we've seen a larger influx now of, a year ago, you and I talked, we launched the first time you could redeem points to pay down your student loans. Now, you would think that that's just people saving up to do big payments. We're seeing people chip away at it even $10, $20, $100 at a time.
Really?
With their points, which has been fascinating.
Well, fascinating, but also it does open a window into the state of people's budgets right now, and they're just desperate to make sure that they are getting the best value each and every day.
Yes, well, that's both on the earn side and the redemption side. Rewards programs across the industry are seeing higher adoption than ever before. You see that on credit cards, but you also see that on online shopping portals like Rakuten, right? We launched a partnership with Rakuten about 7-8 months ago, and it's one of the fastest growing parts of our business because people are saying, well, how do I get cash back or rewards on my online purchase, on my shopping on retail stores, and then spend it on my everyday spend? So I think it'll be interesting to see how this trend kind of changes over the next 6 months, but we're seeing the highest level of redemptions on micro redemptions that we've ever seen compared to travel.
This is fascinating to me. So is there one item in particular that you saw recently, whether it was at Walmart's?
Yeah.
Because the Walmart partnership is one of your oldest.
So we have stuff. One of our biggest is Walgreens, which we have live. And we also have,
I'm so sorry, Walgreens.
And so, we see this today. If you go to a Walgreens store, we actually embed with the point of sale systems across Walgreens, gas stations, and otherwise, so that it pops up and lets you use your points right on the spot. Unbelievable how fast the adoption has been growing on that. And so we've actually now made a point, you'll start to see across the country, we're investing in how do we bring easy ways to redeem rewards at local gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, coffee shops, and also, by the way, expanding our platform to not just allow you to use Bilt points, but how do we make it easy to redeem all your other airline miles, hotel points, credit card points through the Bilt platform? And so I think this is a huge amount of savings. We started this company, as you know, 6 years ago, saying, why can't people use credit card points and rewards points towards a down payment on a home? Right? And we worked with the Secretary of Housing in 2019 to get the rules changed so that FHA and FHFA mortgages now accept points as funding towards a down payment. But even then, we were thinking bigger rewards, travel, down payment. These micro redemptions is a whole new category.
Let's stay with the housing picture.
Yeah.
We have a window coming this week into housing because we get earnings from Lowe's,
Yes.
Home Depot. We're looking at all kinds of home builders that are going to be reporting, and the cost of housing and the interest rates for housing are just so untouchable now for many, many people.
That's right.
So we don't know exactly how those are going to come out, but the fact that people can at least save toward putting some of that money down, how big a draw is that when you get people jumping into your platform and saying, okay, I'll sign up.
Yep.
How many of them are focused on that?
It used to be travel was number one,
right,
followed by these kind of everyday spend and housing, paying off your rent or whatever in micro chunks. Right now, that's flipped. And so micro redemptions are our highest redemptions now across the ecosystem. Again, it's the quick checkout at Walgreens, it's the quick $10 off your Lyft ride. And part of that, I think, is also how we're embedding rewards into the flows, because a lot of times people didn't even know you could use those rewards for everyday spend. So I think you'll see that trend continue to grow, especially as cost of things like groceries rise.
Back in January, you were here, you unveiled a whole suite of different credit cards. One of them was the Palladium card. It was sort of the top end one. And you have a secret weapon. You have a secret weapon at Bilt, and that is the former CEO of Amex, American Express, Ken Chenault. And we looked and we said, you know, what are the differences between Palladium and the Amex Platinum card? So your Palladium card carries a $495 fee annually compared with the $895 for the American Express Platinum card. But unlike Amex, Bilt allows members to earn rewards from their mortgage payments. What are you learning from Ken Chenault about this business? And do you, I should say, disrupt? How focused are you on disrupting Amex, or is it to be a Platinum card killer?
No, so short answer is not at all focused on disrupting American Express. We look at our business as a local commerce, a neighborhood commerce platform. And really our question is, how do we give people more ways to earn rewards on their housing and where they live, and more ways to use rewards on housing and where they live? And so today, if you look at Bilt, you know, over 7 million people pay their rent and mortgage through the Bilt platform every month. Only 11% of those use the Bilt co-brand card. We have as many that pay with American Express cards, Chase cards, Citibank cards. But what we do is we enable you to earn more rewards than you could have before. And also for the first time, help people build their credit history by paying rent, which shockingly has not been there. And so, you know, when Ken and I teamed up, the area that got us both so excited was not actually the card business, but it was the neighborhood commerce opportunity, because there has never been a way to connect local restaurants, local gyms, local pharmacies to people who live down the street. And if you think online, you can do online targeting, online ads, targeted promotions. There's Shopify to enable commerce online. There's never really been a platform to help local businesses reward local customers.
And you willed it to happen. You went to DC, that you asked for something that had never been done before. You've succeeded. When you started in year one, you had nobody. Now you've got 7 million people. There are growing pains attached to that. Recently, the Wall Street Journal pointed out that some 1,800 of your customers had gotten notices, collection notices, and it was a mistake, obviously. Yeah. How do you fix that? Because their credit was dinged anywhere from 50 to 60 points. So when something like that happens,
sure,
how do you handle that?
Well, first, so I think the instance you're referencing was a third-party collections company from a program that we had partnered with in 2022, had sent an incorrect notice to some folks on a Friday and was corrected by Monday. But I think the more important thing is we ultimately are a consumer brand, and trust is everything. And so, look, we've made our mistakes throughout the years as we've grown quickly. We've gone from zero to $100 billion of GMV through our platform in 4.5 years. And I think one of the things that, personally, for example, I have a CEO inbox. I have customers write to me directly every single day.
I know you answer them.
And I try my best, and I think I do, respond to almost every single one of them, or if not, at the minimum, loop somebody in to make sure it's corrected. And I think that culture has to be from me, but all the way through the company. And so, look, the way that we continue to earn trust is by listening and focusing on how do we solve problems when they do happen. And I think that's been a big reason why so many customers continue to sign up for the membership program.
Yeah, and you're vulnerable through partners. We've seen that in the past.
Yeah,
so
but still,
we get it.
It's our responsibility to take care of the customers.
Good to see you, Ankur. Thank you.
So good to see you.
Really happy to hear about this change in how people are using their rewards. Not happy, but it's tough times. People are getting smart.
And being able to make it easy for them is, I think, really important.